People ask me all the time, how do you as a minimalist live with somebody who isn't a minimalist? And it's a really tough question to answer, but it's an important one. And for me personally, it all starts with timing. I wait until Natalie falls asleep and I cover her ears with noise-canceling headphones and play a minimalist mixtape that I created. It's a collection of soothing voiceovers, minimalist poetry, and Eddie Vedder's soundtrack to Into the Wild. Minimalist Mixtape Volume 1. Less is more. Also, make Matt more sandwiches. What's the deal with the bag of clothes?
Oh, something came over me. I just decided to get rid of a couple of things.
Wow, that's amazing that minimalism is starting to...
Are you hungry? I made a sandwich.
So that's obviously one way to do it. Oh, sorry, Nat. So we're making a video right now about how to live with a non-minimalist.
That was really cheesy.
Is that going to be a good transition? It's going to be terrible.
Yeah.
Give me the clap.
And action.
So the question is, how do you make it work? How does a minimalist and a non-minimalist live together? And I've brought a real life non-minimalist onto the channel. You didn't really know what minimalism was when we started.
Oh yeah,
dating.
I thought it was a cult.
It actually is, and
Yeah.
we're taking on memberships this year, so.
Yeah, I definitely thought you were a little bit strange, but I knew that I met Matt on Tinder, so I was like, well, everyone has, living in New York, everyone has their weird quirks, so I'm like, I guess here's a minimalist.
Right.
Can I learn to look past that? And I guess I can.
And you did. I think the thing is, it can be challenging no matter what. Like any relationship is gonna have its challenges, and the whole idea of minimalism is to look past the stuff.
Yeah, and I think for us, our biggest challenge was when we moved in together. For the first year of our relationship, we went living together, and that was actually quite easy to get through because that would just mean me coming over to your place with one bag of stuff, or you coming over to mine with one t-shirt.
Yeah, literally wearing the same thing home the next day. The walk of shame.
Yeah. But when we moved in together, that was kind of like a true test.
Yeah, and I think there was some growing pains of just learning to live with each other.
Yeah.
I think actually the biggest thing, with the actual stuff in our apartment, we're both very respectful of each other's opinions and taste. When we're buying big purchases, when we're buying this couch behind us or a coffee table or the bed or whatever it is, it's not like one of us just goes out and buys it without telling the other person.
There was the occasion when Matt had to actually return a rug that he'd bought because I thought it looked so heinous.
I might have, yeah. Oh yeah, because it was actually, I think it was for my office, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna buy it and then I'll get it, and then I brought it home.
But your office is in our apartment.
Yeah.
I have to look at it every day.
I thought I found a loophole, but apparently it wasn't a big enough loophole. But but then so I returned it, and then we found a rug that worked well, that we both liked. It actually takes a lot more time shopping. We spend quite a bit of time. Trips to IKEA were draining. Trips to West Elm or wherever else we got our furniture, it took a while.
The biggest thing I became conscious about when I was moving in with you was that I had gotten very used to being an extremely messy person. If you if you visited my bedroom before we moved in together, there was just stacks of clothes and shoes just strewn around in every corner. I didn't even have a makeup a designated area. The makeup designated area was on the floor in the corner where I would just lie on the floor in the morning and put my makeup on in front of the mirror.
You were a mess.
And that was its corner. It lived there.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of be more conscious about how I was kind of being tidy in a place that we both lived in. The trick that I realized was I didn't actually have to be tidy. I didn't have to change who I was. I just needed to create this illusion that I was a tidy person. So I just needed to shove all my clothes into a drawer or a cabinet, and then just quickly close it and pray to God that Matt would never open it, or it'd be buried in an avalanche of the latest Zara collection.
Right. And that was fine. I was fine with with me because I feel like as long as like I'm walking through the apartment and I'm not tripping over clothes or tripping over stuff, I'm happy.
Yeah.
But you usually do trip over my camera gear.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the balance, right? Is that I have a lot of camera gear. She has a lot of clothes. We each have our own values in terms of what we enjoy and what we spend our time with.
Yeah, and I think that like from day one, you've never tried to tell me how much greater my life could be through minimalism.
Except for that time I tried to brainwash you. But other than that,
when?
The beginning of the video.
Oh yeah, I'd already forgot. I was actually brainwashed.
You're like, wait a minute, you tried to brainwash me?
Yeah, you've never tried to like change me or tried to really like coax me to be, a part of minimalism. You've just allowed me to be who I am, and you've shared with me if like you felt like a little bit burdened by the clutter, then I'm more aware of that, and as someone who cares about you, I'll try and like accommodate for that without changing who I am or what I like to do or like what I like to wear or what I like to be around. But I do have to say, we've been together now for over 3 years, and in spending a lot of time with you, I've found myself accidentally adopting minimalist principles. Not quite practices yet, but even when we first started dating and you were very mindful about putting your phone away when you're spending time with me, like that was such a foreign concept to me. Like, why would you ever put your phone away? Like, what if you got a notification? You'd want to look at it straight away, obviously. Why would you put your phone away? But because we were dating then and I didn't want to like offend you or be in a position that made you feel uncomfortable, made it feel like I wasn't valuing your time, I would start doing the same thing. And over time, that's really helped me. Like I've been able to exercise more control about putting my phone away. And it really, I think, helps enhance our relationships.
I think we both rub off on each other a little bit. I think the one thing when it comes to like you going out and buying stuff. Yesterday, you just came home. You got new sunglasses. They look awesome. You got what else did you get? You got a couple shirts. This shirt.
I got this shirt. I got 2 other shirts. Yeah. Anyway, I did good.
She did a good shopping run. But like, I don't like shun you or I don't look down on you for that. I kind of participate in that. And I actually I try to encourage you to purchase things when you're really excited about it. Like the Chrissy Teigen cookbook that you really wanted to get.
That's right.
We were at the bookstore and you're like, oh my God, I so want this cookbook. And I was
you just want me to cook for you.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why. There's like a little subcontext there. But it was like, it seemed like you really would enjoy the book and you really wanted it. And I was like,
I've never ever felt guilty for buying something, even if it's like a silly, frivolous purchase that it was completely impulse. I've never once been made to feel guilty for that.
Right. Because you can return it.
No.
That's not why. In summary,
if the question was, how do you live with a non-minimalist? I would advise that person to not try to change their partner. Really, you just have to live by example. Like Matt's done a really good job with me. And you'd hope that you have enough shared values and enough shared respect more than anything else, that continues to build such a great relationship, even though one's a minimalist and one's not a minimalist. I think that it's due to shared respect for us that we've been able to live together despite having, perhaps different ways of life.
Well said.
You agree?
Yeah, thanks for doing the video, honey.
Oh, you're welcome. Am I going to be famous now?
I'm not going to put that in the video.
I'm not going to be famous?
I don't like PDA. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. I make new content every week. Do you have a question for Nat and I about our relationship? We'd love to do a follow-up video giving you completely unqualified advice. Leave those in the comments. If you want to see behind-the-scenes content from this shoot and others that I make on this channel, head over to my Instagram. It's @MattDiavella. And finally, do you like podcasts? I've got one. It's called The Ground Up Show. I interview newscasters, filmmakers, rappers, and comedians to hear about their stories and how they made things happen. Go to groundupshow.com for that. Thanks for watching.